they do the other European styles, right? That this that is a little bit more French. That they call it Art Nouveau in that time. We are talking about the beginning of the end of the 19th century, the beginning of the 20th century. In those times, if the main avenue was actually a place just for pedestrians, right? And with these beautiful houses, we still see. All right, so then independence war started. I mean, more rebellions started in different places. Right? Also, not only what is not Bolivia and other places in South America, and that is how all this evolved to become independent. And 15 years later, in 1825, officially Simon Bolivar arrived to this area. What I have in my hands is the main reason for these streets to still run the business, we can say, right? Witches Market is an area where you could find the main offering to worship or to be in a good harmony with the ancient deities local people still believe in, right? In the Andean world, especially native
Yes, exactly. So there was a line coming down from the house. But maybe it would be good in its own way. Yes.
of that is to teach the next generation, right? Children love to be taught by the zebras, right? To talk to the zebras. They are very friendly, and children like them a lot, right? A few minutes, well, an hour earlier, we would see a lot of children. Started to develop much faster, and this place became a sort of first religious capital and a political capital as well, right? This elite in Tiwanaku had these two powers, right? The religious powers, they were priests, but also they had a political power through religious power as well, right? So just imagine this place as if it were just, well, like in La Paz, San Francisco. Remember? San Francisco is just imagine after thousands of years, archaeologists find La Paz, but you will see mostly will have San Francisco only, right? San Francisco, but you will miss the quantity of people living around that, right? Around that place. So it's somewhat similar. Here we see just the temples, but we miss the picture of the hundreds of houses that were located all over the valley, right? Some people calculate, well, there are plenty of theories about how many people lived here at once, from 20,000 to 100,000 people, right? So they more or less calculate. That's according to the quantity of food that was produced in the surroundings. So, but we'll never know because those houses were made of mud brick, right? When the mud brick is abandoned for a couple of years, just would disappear, right? It vanishes. So, but only the temples made of stone remained, right? And these temples are representing the three main worlds, right? Now, remember, the place suffered a rebellion, right? The priests had to run away. At that moment, a destruction must have happened in the temples. Later on, the place was abandoned for more than 2 centuries, and the dust started to cover. Right, it was a layer of dirt covering, half covering the temples. That's how the Incas saw it. Right, when they came here, they just kept on going. Later on, more dust, more wind, more dust, more dirt, and then the Spanish arrived in the 16th century, right? But the Spanish thought shiny things over the ground, and they wanted all, right? I mean, they want the gold, the silver. There must be treasures here. And you know, in an area of temples, when you see a sort of pyramid, there for sure you may think there must be treasures in there. So Spanish go into the core of the pyramid, right? They excavated this sort of pyramid from the top to the bottom in the central part, and they found things, but they wanted more, of course. So they went down and they went beyond the ground level, and all this dirt that they excavated started to cover the rest of the structure, and now we have just the view of what looks like a more natural hill nowadays over there. So that hill, that mound, actually originally was taking all the gold and silver they found in the place. They started to notice that some of these, especially the small blocks, look quite nice. But they thought it would be nice to have them in their own buildings, right? Because they were already carved. So that is why they took many of them for their own purposes, right? And that is why we miss a lot of these blocks, right? Small blocks especially. So when they are restoring here, temporarily, the missing blocks are replaced by mud brick pieces, right, forming walls. Realize how important this discovery was. Right? And through the years, it was excavated. And of course, we talk about these temples. Well, there are wobbling stones. That's why we need to right here, and everything else around outside. It happens that its drainage system is still working, right? So they just had to, archaeologists had to still a dry place. Here, when it rains, you can get small lagoons very easily, right? Very easily. This is a type of land that you can accumulate water very easily. And here, when it rains, it's not converted in a swimming pool because thanks to the original, it's still working, right? And the water goes to that corner and it goes down, right? And it's drained. It's down all the way. And it's the wonderful thing is that they consider the environment very well because they didn't send the dirt all the way to the river. They sent it to a sort of treatment plant that was actually an artificial lagoon. And when the water arrived, yes, suddenly Titicaca in the distance, right over there.
Together with okay.
This section of the Andean Range is the Royal Andean Range, right? Part of the Eastern Andes. You can see in the distance the Andes is still going down to the south.
Where's like Titicaca?
Over there. Wow. Can you see yes, the water is also a red line over there, you see, after
Could
the
you take a
valley,
picture?
just before
Have you seen in the background?
well,
But David again. Whenever you can. You probably can't see anything anyway.
Okay.
yes, always see it in mind.
Thank you very much.
Okay, please have a seat, he says. It's a little rough. So try to take picture from down there.
Empire, right? So it was a sort of reception, things that here the priest welcomed the visitors. Well, the first formalities took place here, and then they could perhaps stay in the building. And by the way, the building made of stone was not the only building in this section of the island. Surrounding the main building, for sure there were mud brick houses as well, right? Like a small village for common people or for visitors to stay there, right? For more temporary places where the visitors could stay, right? Now the priests had the privilege to live in a more solid.
Maybe the name of cell phones or anything else about it.